Pro-Trump supporters rallying near the White House one day before Congress votes to certify the Electoral College results. Hundreds of people showing up at D.C.'s Freedom Plaza today, but today is just the beginning. Our nation's capital bracing for even bigger protests tomorrow. Trucks blocking off streets leading to the Capitol building. D.C.'s mayor calling in the National Guard to help keep the peace. Some businesses are already boarded up. NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber is in Freedom Plaza. Ellison, what is it like there tonight? We can hear the protesters. What are they saying about the vote in Congress tomorrow?
Hey, Allison. Yeah, so most of the events will actually take place tomorrow, but this is a pre-rally event that has been taking place all day. And despite the rain, you can see the crowds. They have stayed here and they are still outside. The National Park Services, they have approved 3 different permits for rallies and events to take place tomorrow. And in all, the participation estimated for tomorrow's rallies in those permits is about 10,000 people. But D.C. police say they expect a lot more people to show up here to protest, to rally. The people here who we've spoken to, they say they are here to show their support for President Trump. This is a largely peaceful crowd so far, but they are a very vocal one, and one that is adamant that they believe and they feel like they want to see Republicans object to the Electoral College vote. Here's a little bit of what some of them told us earlier. Listen here.
It's mathematically impossible that 600,000 votes in Pennsylvania went to Biden between the hours of 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. when we all went to sleep, and we were 800,000 votes up.
Well, they didn't have mail-in ballot voting available to the entire state until this election.
Why did they close the counting? And then only those votes, which were 96% Biden.
Florida is an example of a state where they count their mail-in ballots as they come in. The majority of states don't do that. In Pennsylvania, who did it new, they also have not had it this year.
You're young. I've seen many elections. Never, ever, ever has the votes been stopped. And only in those.
Pennsylvania didn't have mail-in ballot voting available to the entire state.
Okay, that's really a good excuse.
And not long ago, we actually saw an administration official come down here to Freedom Plaza. Peter Navarro addressed the crowd. He led them in chants saying, "Stop the steal." He said that they are angry and that they will continue fighting and encourage the people here to do the same. Allison.
Ellison, the leader of the far-right group, the Proud Boys, was arrested on Monday. Could you tell us what happened there?
Yeah, so he was arrested yesterday on charges, a misdemeanor allegation that he had taken down a Black Lives Matter flag from a church in the area at a previous protest and burned it. When they detained him and arrested him yesterday, D.C. police say they also found 2 high-capacity magazines in his backpack. That's a felony charge in D.C., so they arrested him for that as well. He was released earlier today. A judge, though, ordered him upon release, telling him that he needed to leave the District of Columbia and could not be here until his next court date, which, if I remember correctly, Allison, is set for June. Obviously, that is a group that we saw involved in clashes with counter-protest when there were similar pro-Trump rallies back in November and December, clashes that turned very violent. Allison?
Ellison, President Trump says he'll attend a protest tomorrow near the White House. He's now saying he will be speaking there as well. What kind of turnout are you expecting, and what is the plan tomorrow? As you mentioned, this is going to be really the big event.
Yeah, so again, the permits say that the estimated crowd size between the 3 permits that National Park Services has, that it'll be about 10,000 people. But the D.C. police chief yesterday speaking, he said they expect the crowd size to be a lot larger than that and to be bigger than rallies that we saw, pro-Trump rallies, last month in early December and also back in November. In terms of whether or not President Trump will show up, obviously we've seen him tweeting, talking about it, hinting at that. But when D.C. police were asked specifically about that, whether or not they had any information as to if the president would be out in the D.C. area, be that in his car or physically walking, they said that they had not heard anything of that at this point in time. But we've seen him drive by before in his motorcade. We've seen him fly over an Air Force One before. And so we'll see tomorrow if that's something that will happen or not. Allison?
All right, Allison, we will see tomorrow. Ellison Barber in Freedom Plaza, thank you so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.